Taking penalties in football is always a special skill. Often it's not so much about mastery as it's about sports cunning, mental stability, and unpredictability. Usually, there is no problem in appointing a penalty taker in the team. There are often one or two players who are good at taking 11-meter shots even in the top clubs. But things are a little different in the PSG case. Plus, no one dares to call the current squad of the French giants ordinary. We will analyze all the main candidates to take penalty kicks at PSG and tell you who will do it with the highest degree of probability. Guys, be sure to subscribe to our channel. It only takes a couple of seconds, but you will never miss new videos from us. Hello to all of our old subscribers and welcome to the new ones. We say vamos, and let's begin. The history of PSG and the penalties has a special connotation. Many of you probably remember the conflict that happened between Neymar and Cavani a few years ago. Edinson Cavani was the team's primary penalty taker. In a 2017 match against Lyon, he approached the mock to perform a kick and the club newcomer Neymar wanted to take it away from him. As a result, the Uruguayan forward refused to give away the ball but did not manage to score. A conflict flared up and almost turned into a fight in the locker room after the match. After that incident, the then manager of the Parisians Unai Emery said that from then on, Neymar would be a regular penalty taker. Such a turn of events could not please Edinson, because in addition to the hurt feeling of pride, he could also lose a serious financial bonus for the number of goals scored. In many ways, the situation influenced the atmosphere within the team, because the star players could not find a common ground for a long time, and such things don't just go away. Such a seemingly petty issue probably had a great impact on the results. Who knows? Maybe partially because of the spoiled relationship between the two Latinos, the Parisians have consistently failed in the Champions League. Therefore, Mauricio Pochettino is faced with the task of solving the issue of a primary penalty taker, and we think it's very important to do this as soon as possible in order to prevent potential problems. So who are the candidates? Here they are. Let's start with not the most obvious but still a likely contender. Of course, Mbappe may not be at PSG at the end of the transfer window, but at the time of making this video, he is still in the team, so we'll consider his candidacy. So what is the relationship between the Parisian Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle and the 11-meter shot? Throughout his career, Kylian has shot 16 penalties, of which he converted 13. Therefore, his conversion rate is 81%. It's worth mentioning that penalty shootouts will not be counted in our statistics. The reason why Mbappe may become a primary penalty taker is simple. Kylian may be given that right as one of the bonuses for him extending his contract with PSG. Everyone knows that the Frenchman wants to move to Madrid, and the club management is trying very hard to keep him. Although such a decision may have its consequences, old-timers and more experienced players may simply not accept this, which will provoke a new scandal. And that's the last thing PSG would want. We estimate the likelihood of Mbappe being a PSG regular penalty taker at 5%. After Cristiano Ronaldo left for Juventus, it was Sergio Ramos who became Real Madrid's main penalty taker. And it should be noted that he is incredibly good at this. During his career, Sergio converted 30 out of 35 penalties. His conversion rate is 86%. But 4 of those 5 failed shots were for the Spain national team. At the club level, he missed only 1 out of 23 kicks. This means that he converted 96% of his penalties. Actually, the reason why Sergio Ramos may become a regular PSG penalty kicker is his top skill on this component and a lot of experience. We estimate the likelihood of Ramos being PSG primary penalty taker at 15%. Everything is simple here. Neymar is the club's main kicker at the moment. He didn't take a penalty kick only when he couldn't play. Neymar could also let Mbappe take the shot if he had already scored a goal in the match, but Mbappe did not. This is the reason why Neymar will be taking penalties next season. Throughout his career, the Brazilian has converted 62 out of 76 shots from the mark, which means that his conversion rate is 86%. Besides, his statistics are almost flawless in recent years. Last season and the season before that, PSG number 10 missed only one penalty in each. But both matches were won anyway, therefore there is no doubt about his reliability. There are only two people in the football world who, having come to the club, can immediately move Neymar aside as a regular penalty taker. And it just so happened that one of them has actually become a PSG player. Therefore, we estimate the probability of Neymar being a regular PSG penalty taker at 35%. And you've probably already guessed whom we will talk about next. Messi will definitely be among the contenders for the right to be called the team's primary penalty taker. And if Neymar offered the Argentinians his number 10, then he will also be willing to give away his status as well. Leo has the most experience in taking penalties, but at the same time, he has the lowest conversion rate. He has scored 101 out of 130 goals from the mark in his entire career. Therefore, his conversion rate is only 78%. That figure is lower than any other penalty kick contenders on our list. The reason why Leo will ask the penalty kicker role is that he always strives to take responsibility. This quality, among other things, led him to the achievements that he has now. But the Argentinian can also concede his right to take penalties if he sees the numbers and realizes that there are several players in the team who are better than him in this component. Besides, Messi has often been criticized for taking penalties poorly. Despite his insane individual statistics, Leo has always positioned himself as a team player, so there is a possibility that he will refuse the status of a primary penalty taker. Like this video if you think that it is Leo Messi who should take penalties at PSG, and we estimate Messi's chances of being the main penalty kicker at 40%. To summarize, the main contender to become a primary penalty taker at PSG with a slight advantage over Neymar is Leo Messi. His status and level of play give him the opportunity to take this role from Neymar without negatively affecting the atmosphere in the team. Although, we acknowledge the possibility that Leo may decide to refuse this status. Anyway, everything is up to him. Also, let's not forget that players can share a penalty, and the title of a primary penalty kicker will fade into the background. For example, if Messi has already scored in the match, then the penalty will be taken by Neymar and vice versa. With such a scheme, Mbappe, Sergio Ramos and even someone else will be able to approach the mark. We should remember that Messi will probably miss some matches in the League and the Coupe de France to prepare for the most important clashes, and Neymar is often injured. This means that there will be probably no clear penalty taker in the team. So, our predictions are rather for the most important top matches of the Champions League level. A primary penalty taker will definitely be approaching the mark there. What do you think about all that? Tell us in the comments who should take penalties at PSG. It'll be interesting to compare our thoughts. By the way, guys, our team has recently launched a football news channel and we want to recommend it to you. Check it out and watch the video that you see on your screen right now and say hi from Bama channel in the comments there. You'll make our day. And now, we say goodbye to you for a little while. See you soon. Bye.